This is Drew Mintayo Hikule, and tonight I'm going to tell you a story about how our industry was created. Did you know that our industry is created because of our growing economy and the demand of our industry is arising? Yes, that is correct. Like what discussed by other group before, in practicing brokerage is just a piece of cake because of the qualification and the length of education is not too strict. Anyone can practice a brokerage provided that they were able to pass the exam and they're good to go because they have already a certificate to practice it. But after years of evaluation and assessment, the Tariff and Customs Administration decided to have a more competent people, a more competent individual who will manage in brokerage, who have knowledge in customs laws, procedure, and any other things. So that's why, through the help of the Department of Education, a new college program was created. And the qualification for that program is just very easy. Number one is you are a high school graduate. Then you can enroll this program. And that program, that's what we call our industry now, our course now, our field, which is the Bachelor of Science in Customs Administration.
Hi, along with Mr. Higuli, did you know that in our current economic climate, these professions will be in demand and many people will pursue this degree or professions? Why? Of course, this degree holds a great promise for the future of our economy, and no other degree in its field exists like this. So the primary reason for this creation was that there were formerly many items entering and leaving with no appropriate personnel to handle them. In the past, of course. This one which might lead to significant harm, disasters, or even discarded the goods. So to elaborate on this, it is crucial for our nation that many jobs related to these professions are filled in. So in short, after we graduate, a lot of opportunity will be taken, or a lot of path will be chosen. So there's no need a license. Of course, there's no need a license to get some professions in line with this degree. But for me, in a future customs broker, it is important. It is important to get license, and adding customs broker or CB or LCB to our full name. As a result, our expanding economy became a force to be reckoned with on a worldwide scale. And of course, in our current economic climate, thanks to those who were chosen or destined to manage the importation and exportation of commodities in order to create a better and larger economy, both now and in the future. Thank you.
So, in connection with the discussed topic about the origin of the customs broker's profession, so under the official declaration of the martial law, so the Republic Act number 1937, which also known as the Tariff and Customs Code of the Philippines or the TCCP, is hereby declared by former President Marcos as he issued the Presidential Decree number 37, which contains the amendments of the TCCP. So this Presidential Decree 34, these were the innovation made by the President Marcos with the proclamation of the martial law. So it served as to arrogate onto the chief executive the lawmaking powers of the Congress. So one cool thing about this is only President Marcos issued presidential decrees during his position as the President of the Philippines. So this Presidential Decree 34, so President Marcos needs to press this amendments to the TCCP because there is a need to revise the provisions of the TCCP under the Republic Act number 1937. So as you can see in my presentation, it is found under on inside the inner box of the document as it is included in the presentation. So first thing is to simplify the present complicated tariff structure and improve thereby the administration of customs. Second, to raise additional revenues. Third, provide tariff protections to economically desirable and deserving local industries. Fourth, serve as the instrument for the bargaining vis-a-vis other countries. Fifth, allocate properly available resources from investments on non-essentials to investments in essential and exportable goods. And last is to prevent technical smuggling or prevent any fraud. So in order to make the Presidential Decree 34 to be effective, so the former President Marcos ordered and commanded the Secretary of Finance, the Director General of the National Economic Development Authority or the NEDA, and any other agencies of the government concerned, as this must they take the steps that is necessary for the prompt and effective implementation of the Presidential Decree. Good thing about this Presidential Decree 34 was that there were changes in terms of the qualifications that take the board examination as warranted by the new college course and for the graduates placement for enrollments. So the need for the qualified person in practicing the customs field or profession without any political tint influence and nepotism in order to implement the customs and tariff laws pursuant to the goals of society. So in a simple context, this presidential decree provides opportunities who are qualified to become one and part of the customs professional in the country. So the employment must not deal with power or nepotism, but this must be fair selection and survival among the new graduates of the Customs Administration who are willing to take part of the customs field and by qualifying the following conditions and by passing the board examination. So being qualified for the profession contributes great achievements, as this will be a factor of producing a better customs brokers in the country. So when customs graduates were qualified and successfully passed the examination, so this will be a great factor for the graduate placement for the employment, and also to suffice the need of the qualified persons in working in customs field. So taking into consideration that having qualified customs brokers in the field of customs, truly that this presidential decree never failed to attain its objectives.
Under the old law, which is the Presidential Decree 34, the requirements to be able to take the customs worker examinations, the applicant must possess the following qualifications. So first, you must at least be 21 years old. Second is a citizen of the Philippines. Third is you must have a good moral character.
And lastly, has completed a 4-year collegiate course where he has creditably taken at least 18 academic units in tariff and customs and or taxation. An applicant may be allowed to take the examination provided that for every deficiency or 3 academic units in tariff and customs and or taxation shall be substituted by at least 3 months of actual experience in customs brokerage or customs and tariff matters, provided that the said experience shall be duly certified by the employer or employers of the applicant. So, in these qualifications, the applicants must graduate of 4 years course that taken 18 academic units of tariff and customs and or taxation to be qualified to take the said examinations. And for also lacking of credentials of every 3 academic units in tariff and customs and or taxation can be substituted by at least 3 months of actual experience in customs brokerage and or customs and tariff matters and certified by its employer.
The role of customs brokers in Philippine economy, unsung as they are, customs brokers are little known in our economy, but in the field of international trade, they are the hub of exporters and importers, playing a vital role in the movement and flow of foreign trade. It derives from customs' function as a tool for monitoring global trade and flow. Customs play a crucial monitoring function in the global arena by inspecting the borders for illegal goods, smuggling, and other non-tax activities. Customs brokers are familiar with the products that cross the Philippine border, and they are aware of the many categories of sorts and imports. They can quickly identify which imported goods will be harmful to populace and the country. They also make trade facilitation easier in terms of the Philippine economy. They constitute a link between the government and the international commerce of the country and contribute a lot in the collection of revenue and equalize the supply and demand by being a factor in the flow of goods and merchandise in our economic development and progress. A customs broker acts as a middleman between a client and a customs concerned jurisdiction in order to assist complete customs clearance of the customer's cargo. While adhering to the procedures and rules established by customs, it makes use of its relationships and knowledge. They aid importers in navigating all applicable national rules governing the import of products. They work with Bureau of Customs to collect the correct number of duties and taxes by properly valuing, classifying, and taxing imported goods. Your aim is to get your goods through customs as quickly and affordably possible.
Moreover, the customs broker helps in the effective administration of the tariff and customs laws, in that cargo movements in the piers and are efficiently done, unnecessary losses to importers are averted. Correct assessment of taxes and duties maximized and foremost of which functions of tax collections expedited.
And last, every country in the world has customs brokers, and it is universally accepted that they are vital to the economy of the country as long as there is a foreign trade, more so in the Philippines being a maritime country. So the primary role or purpose of regulating the practice of customs broker profession is to ensure that the customs broker services are to be rendered by competent and licensed persons in order to promote public welfare in general and the Philippine economy in particular. Customs brokers are knowledgeable about the goods entering the Philippine borders, and they know the classification or types of importations. They can easily distinguish what imported articles would harm the people and the nation itself. In addition, in terms of the Philippine economy, they ease trade facilitation. Hence, they contribute to the fast supply of the goods needed by the country. And that would be all. Thank you.